gentlemen, we did it.
Lord have mercy.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I'm super tingling. I got the energy.
Yeah.
You got the energy? Okay.
I mean, it was a lot of energy in the movie. I mean, I count 5 tears on my part.
It almost got me, but it's not like I was trying not to cry.
Uh-huh.
I just didn't cry, but it was emotional. It was good.
Do I get credit for tears by association? The girl next to me cried.
She cried a lot.
You don't get tears for association.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She cried on me. I was like, bruh. Brother.
Oh, she cried on you? Did she grab your arm?
Every time something hit the screen, she was ugly face, ugly cries.
You know, I could appreciate it because she wasn't of that ethnicity.
That was the other thing.
I appreciated that.
I almost like, what are you crying for?
Oh, man.
Hey, all right. She was empathetic.
The Panthers for the people, man.
She was empathetic.
But that's how good a movie was. I almost was like, yeah, what you crying so much for?
That part.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is a spoiler cast.
Yeah, this is all spoilers.
So
turn it off if you haven't seen the movie.
Now, stop.
Do not listen to what we're about to say.
Just pause it, go see the movie.
Go watch the movie.
And then unpause it. And then share with everyone after that.
Yeah.
And then let us know what you think about the movie in the comments.
Because please don't.
So
don't listen to this.
We're gonna go start to finish, or we're gonna round table how y'all want to do it?
You know what? I just want to.
I got to stop when I said. Go ahead, Jay.
I just want to get a feeling about, what was your overall impression of the movie?
That's why I want.
Let's go to you first, Tone.
Because I was finna say, and I had to hold my comment.
Right. I was like,
this
yeah, wait,
right here. Okay.
Right.
So, I love the. See, it's trying to get me right now. It's trying to get me. I love the.
We got
the tribute,
retroactive tears,
if you will. That's not gonna get me.
Okay.
I love the tribute they gave to Chadwick
in the beginning. Yeah,
and the end.
Both times.
Yeah.
Hats off. I had no expectation on how they were going to approach it. If they were going to try and
they didn't
try and force it or make it weird.
From second one on the screen, it goes straight into my brother is sick. I need to save him. They immediately addressed it. They didn't use it to be a reason for war.
They didn't do no fake CGI stupidity.
It was not a plot device.
I appreciated that.
I do appreciate that.
I like
So don't be late to the movie. Be early.
Oh, be on time. Don't miss anything.
Yeah.
It was actually some good credits. But the film as a whole, this is how I felt. I had no expectation. I appreciated what they did.
Mm-hmm.
The characters did their job.
Man, great acting all around.
Great acting all around.
Angela Bassett, man,
is the she was
killing every scene, man.
She the GOAT.
Yeah, man.
She the GOAT. Everything she was in.
So when I see acting that good, I gotta think about the direction. Somebody directed them and gave them the platform to take it up. That in a superhero movie.
Hats off to Mr. Coogler.
A comic book movie.
Once again.
Yeah.
Mr. Coogler. Always outdoing himself.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't the story coming into the movie, everybody was asking, like, how are you going to do the movie? How are you going to do the movie? And Coogler was always like, we're going to honor Chadwick, and we're all going to honor the art and do it the way he wanted us to do it, and they're going to respect it at the end. And you could tell from every scene that each actor or actress was just channeling whatever true emotions they were feeling with the loss of Chadwick,
right,
into the character of T'Challa,
right.
And I mean, from mother, sister, lover,
all of
mentor, like every single one, like you could tell, like, they were channeling Chadwick or the loss of Chadwick, and Ryan was capturing it on screen.
Good direction.
No, great direction. Very emotional.
Good direction.
From a technical standpoint, it was shot very well. It's a beautiful movie to see.
Shot amazing,
people of color shot with that kind of dynamic. All hues, black and brown.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of black and brown in this movie.
And blue.
And blue. So in this movie we have Atlantis, but they don't call it Atlantis.
They don't call it Atlantis. As if they, like, in the comics, that's what it was.
It's Talokan?
But it was in the Atlantic Ocean.
What's the name of the spot? Talokan?
Technically, that's where they met them at.
Right.
It was more closer towards the Gulf of Mexico.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
and
yeah.
in this movie, we actually hear native language throughout all the movie, and it makes sense because it says that these people were fighting smallpox
Right.
From the conquistadors.
From that area.
and had to get some type of heart-shaped herb, kind of.
Come on, heart shape.
What was it? It was like some kind of.
Oh no! It from their lore, it was a vibranium growth that they brought, like almost like seaweed that they brought in. And when they got to land, that's when it turned into a plant.
So it hit in multiple places on the planet.
Exactly.
They said
Wakanda just
two
assumed
meteors.
it was there.
He said it's not two assumptions. That we can't assume that
It was just the only
it
place.
was just the only place. Yeah.
And since the world is covered in mostly water, probably hit
Be in the
some
ocean.
water. Yeah.
And hats off to the people at Marvel, because I'm pretty sure the reason why the Gulf of Mexico looks like that is because that is the site of a meteor strike from a very long time ago.
Think about that. Even though you said, I was thinking that it's interesting because that could have been all land.
Yeah.
North America and South America could have actually been one large landmass, and all of a sudden this rock of vibranium hits it, and now we have the Gulf and
They tied
those
in.
little islands.
Yeah, they tied in so much, like actual astrology and
Geography.
geography.
Make it real.
Yeah, that makes it heavy.
Yeah.
That creates a heavy base.
Makes it tactile, makes it
Yeah.
lived in,
Yeah, makes
and
it-
makes it resonate more.
Resonate.
But actually, we start off with
The film-
actual T'Challa is sick.
Right.
They do it in Shuri's lab,
And she's trying to save him by recreating the heart-shaped herb, which Killmonger burned down from Black Panther 1.
right?
Right.
That's the biggest reference from the first movie, in my opinion.
They did tie that back to that a lot, and then you can see she's trying. It almost has like the cadence or a pace of like maybe like one of those old ER shows,
Yeah.
or what's the other Shonda Rhimes show at the hospital?
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of like fast talking pace. It comes
Yeah.
at you like that, and then as we all know, Mother comes in. She's like, "Your brother's dead," and then
Your brother's passed.
they
she won't
just
accept it. She won't accept it.
No, she
and then
wouldn't
they
accept
just go, right, and then they change scenes, and all of a sudden we're in the funeral.
The funeral.
Yeah.
Funeral
funeral?
slash funeral slash celebration. This is what
Fried
you
chicken,
see.
mac and
Are we
cheese.
doing nitpicks?
You can.
I'm bad about nitpicks.
You can nitpick what's on your brain.
Okay.
Man, that casket was empty. Man, them chicks picked up that casket like this and was just out of there. I was just like, it can't be no Black Panther in there.
Why do you think that?
No, it was a few of them that picked it up, though.
6 of them. 6 grown athletic women. Go on, tell me.
Caskets are heavy. They are heavy.
It just looked like a bad prop to me. And that's
You do know it's not metal, like regular metal, right?
I'm nitpicking though.
I know.
You do know I'm nitpicking.
I'm nitpicking your nitpick.
All right,
It's a
continue.
nitpick
We-
inception.
Thank you.
The clock is on. Continue. We can't nitpick. Let's go.
Anyway, it's the same scene you see
I'm
in
nitpicking your
the.
nitpick.
It's the same scene you see in the previews. Everybody in white,
Right,
dancing,
right.
stuff like that. But it's a
Right.
funeral. They very interesting choice. I would think that they would bury, but they like do some kind of metal vibranium casket thing and then like send them into a ship, and I don't know where it goes after that.
Right,
Does anybody?
They didn't address where it goes.
They never.
Does anybody know where it goes?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So goes up. Next scene after that. What we got?
They switch to that's when they go to the ocean and they're
Yes.
they have the operatives land.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we're
Yeah.
at some unknown location
Right.
in the ocean, and we got some deep sea explorers, deep, like they got on the big deep sea diving
No.
thing.
Before we get to that, this is where they meet at the UN. Time goes by, and then she
Hit them with the 1 year later.
1 year
Yeah,
later,
yeah, yeah.
Well, no,
she goes to the
it's-
UN, and then the troops from France, the French troops, try to go into.
Yeah, it's
The,
kind of a
uh,
two
the
scenes at
scientists-
once kind of thing.
That one happens first.
Right.
Then they
You are
go
right.
to the platform.
You're right.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So
Man, that is a way to pick you up from a downer. They go from like we're down.
You thought we was weak?
People are crying on me.
1 year later.
And he was like, where are the vibranium weapons? They open the thing up and the Dora Milaje come out.
Like, here's the weapons you asked for. This is what you seek.
That was a very good scene.
Gave him that.
That was a very good scene.
Gave him hands.
And completely just disarmed him.
The action was so good across the board in this movie.
Did their good work.
Man.
They did their real good work.
The fight choreography has always been good.
Look, as a fan of everybody's score, either good or bad, I mean, I'm going to find something about it you like, but the score in this film, oh my God. First of all, let's talk about how loud the silence was.
Yeah, man.
All right, we're going to talk about how loud, let's say it again for the people in the back.
How loud the silence was.
There are spots where you think you're going to hear music and you hear wind blowing, and it pulls out your heart.
Just makes it real.
My God.
The wind was really the tears being sucked out of your eyes.
And the fact that they grab people from all parts of the earth to sing, to give you, it creates that feeling like you're a part of the culture that you're looking at. You're immersed in it. It's not just the fact that the sound is surrounding you. You're surrounded with culture by seeing it. Like if you close your eyes, you felt like you was part of these people. And just, who you had sing the songs, how they sung the songs, what they were told to think about and feel. But I digress. Let's get back to the film.
No, the actual sound mix of the whole film was
Amazing.
excellent.
Amazing.
I hate when they play music in films instead of scores, and the music selection was great. All movie, the scores were big. Like when they rolled up on the orcas, and everything was
yes, all of that.
I mean, you already on an orca, and now you got a theme song for the
whales.
orca.
You was an orca and a humpback.
Yeah, man.
You rolled up on whales. Okay.
I want to hop out the seat.
It was
Because I was like, that's cool.
Like if I was at home on HBO Max, rewind, turn it up a little bit. Definitely that.
Free Willy and Vibranium.
It's the dance.
I was hype.
The dance. You know what?
I imagine that's how you got to ride an orca.
You know what? If anybody rode an orca, that would be how you did it. To add to your point, I hate when you said there are films where people just stick songs in there because somebody paid me to put this song in there. No. So I'm doing somebody a favor, and I'm gonna squeeze this round peg into this square hole.
And I'm gonna turn it up louder than all of the action that's being seen.
Because no one really takes the time to really ask themselves, does what I'm listening to make sense with what I'm seeing?
They took their time.
Hats off to whoever was over the music for the. I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
Whoever did the music for this film.
I think it was Ludwig.
Let's find out.
I think it was Ludwig again. He does good work. In that scene, the Wakandans defend their outpost.
Their outpost, yeah.
They capture the French aggressors, which by the way,
the Modern Warfare characters.
low key dig, maybe even high key dig to the French colonizer. I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but a lot of when it comes to like Africa and France,
there's a lot of history.
There's a lot of history, and they refer to them as colonizer. And anyway,
my favorite colonizer.
We'll get to that.
In chains.
What did y'all think of, after that scene? Then they go to the actual water scene on the raft, right?
Okay.
And yeah. That's when they go to the Atlantic Ocean scene.
They go to the Atlantic Ocean scene.
Did you notice how they focused on that chick who flew in? Like she was very important. Is she some type of character?
I thought she was. Until she got thrown in the ocean.
Right.
And never seen again.
And she's an actress that I recognize from other projects, too.
I recognize her from a lot of stuff, and I was just like...
So I was like, oh, okay, she might survive this. No. So...
no more.
They're exploring. They have some device that can detect vibranium.
Ludwig Göransson.
Told you it was Ludwig.
Ludwig?
Ludwig.
He did his good work.
Man, excellent job.
Ludwig's the dude that does The Mandalorian. He does work with.
So he's a Disney guy.
He did Tenet.
He did Tenet.
He did
the first Black Panther, if I remember correctly.
He did the music for She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know because I didn't.
and he does work for.
What If? He did the What If.
He does.
What If's a very epic score.
He did the album with Childish Gambino, the
The
last hip
Falcon
hop,
and
the
the
last hip hop one that he did.
Winter Soldier. He did that
because
one
of the
too.
internet.
I was a good one.
Yeah, Ludwig.
Yeah.
Hats off, sir.
After that,
So, was that a little scary to you?
He did the music for us.
You go down.
He does
You're
work,
on the
right?
ocean floor. You can't see nothing. I love the way they shot the ocean. The ocean didn't look like a fucking mall. It was dark. It was murky. You
Because
couldn't
it should
see
be
nothing.
dark.
'Cause
And
that's
I
the
hate
ocean.
when these movies be like, "There's the relic," and you can see all fucking 100
Detail,
yards in
you
the
can see the detail
water,
and everything. Yeah.
and you can't see 10 feet under the ocean.
so do y'all think that first scientist in the suit that got the suit that they stole?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was Namor himself that did that, or was that one of his crew?
Probably one of his crew. I mean, they all yoked up.
I was on the crew.
One of the crew.
Yeah.
While they unleashed siren attack, an actual siren attack.
I told
the
you.
siren attack was gangster.
I am so scared of the water in real life.
Is it because of the sirens?
You don't know what's in the water. And there's so many accounts of, quick tangent, there's so many accounts of people hearing that luring siren. And mermen and mermaids, like, that scares me. And the fact that they used it. And it was just like one chick out there.
That was a whole choir.
No, it was a choir.
It was a whole choir.
No, she started. She
Yeah,
started it.
yeah.
She was like,
she was the lead singer
she was Beyonce
in the ensemble.
And
He
then
said she would be and then Destiny's Child
the
pulled up.
Destiny's Child pulled up. And everybody went overboard.
We was like, what you gonna jump
Thinking
in?
Booty was in there, huh?
No,
Bro,
they
I'm
just-
always on the quest for booty. That's what's so scary.
Bootylicious.
Oh, we're
man.
gonna lose kid to the booty.
Oh man.
That was yeah, that was a real good scene. Like the switch to action.
So then, the actual, I'm gonna call them Atlanteans because they're called Tanakans, and I can't
Tanakans.
pronounce that. So for the sake of this podcast, I'm gonna call them
TKs.
Atlanteans. All
The
right.
TKs?
The TK.
Takas.
TKs.
Guys,
The Atlanteans pull up, and when air hits their skin, they
Reference.
turn blue. Did y'all peep that?
I was
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that.
it all right, it make damn. I'm
It
slow.
didn't register?
I'm slow.
Yeah.
His skin didn't change. His
Because
skin-
he's half.
Because he's half. But everybody else's skin changed when they came out of the water.
He's a mutant.
He's a mutant.
Well, yeah, confirmed he's a mutant in the MCU. First mutant in the MCU, confirmed.
He said it out of his mouth.
He said it out of
I'm
his
a
mouth.
mutant.
He's not the first mutant. But
No,
he's-
he
in
didn't-
the
yeah, he didn't say
MCU.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are right.
yeah,
You are
from-
right.
from-
In the MCU,
From a cinematic standpoint, yes,
Yes.
he's the first person to ever be like, I am a mutant.
Yeah.
He said
He's the
it. So,
first
yeah.
one that said it.
Is he the first mutant? No, of course not.
So he shows up.
He
Actually,
went
what he does, he doesn't even show up. He grabs the
on the
helicopter.
helicopter
And he's like, "Where are you going?" And then like fucking
because the
Superman's that thing.
sirens pulled everybody off the ship, so they make a break to the helicopter. I'm a gun person, all right. I counted 30 plus shots, no reload,
lot
no
of bullets
switch.
in that gun. I did notice
there's
that.
a bunch of lying going on.
She missed from point blank 10 times. Yeah. And he was just like, bro, we're
So-
aliens. What are you
A
doing?
lot of bullets in that gun.
She ran. Somehow she outran them to the helicopter. She gets to the helicopter.
She dropped some people.
She dumping.
She
She's steady
dropped some
dumping.
people.
She's missing and hitting.
Yeah.
No, she
because that's
hit
real
some.
panic.
She gets in the helicopter and then it's like she's still shooting. All right, that's a Nick pick. I'm good.
Nick pick done.
All right, I'm out.
So they ascend, they
And
leave,
then he grabs.
and then he's like,
Damage
"Where you
scales went
going?"
off. Yeah.
And then he just fucking whips them out,
Whips a helicopter.
whips the whole helicopter to the ground, and then that whole scene is done. Everybody's dead. And we're like, okay,
I believe it.
Bro,
we got angry water people.
Ain't upset.
All right.
He's an angry Mexican, right? Like
The food came down there. come over here with your anger.
What's
But
up?
it was cool. It was cool. Like every time he was on camera, like I couldn't wait to hear who was gonna threaten, what was he gonna do. I honestly don't know what he's capable of. So this was my first time, like getting a glance
getting a taste
at
of Namor.
Namor. Like
Yeah.
I followed Black Panther loosely. I followed him and the Killmonger stuff, but I didn't get to that part of the comics.
That part of the comics is very good. I would recommend it to everybody. I think it's written by Ta-Nehisi Coates himself. So anyone that is interested, please check it out. It's I think it's like 5 books actually, written over the past couple of years. After that scene, we had the point back to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Came back to Wakanda, and then she was in the lab. My mom was like, "Come with me, let's go for a walk."
Right. And then so in this scene, this is where we see the mom is really trying to give Shuri space. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But now she's like, yo, I've given you space. You had a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to put the grief away and let it go.
Yeah,
so
sure.
let's just
She was like, "Nah, I ain't
let's
doing
just go. Right.
Right.
And
disobedient child."
they leave with no
Which-
security, by the way.
With no protector, I still felt like that was a dangerous thing to do.
I don't think so, because we're in Wakanda. Right?
They were still within the shield.
Right.
So,
We don't know
so
that it's not safe yet.
To them, they're still safe.
Yeah.
Right? So in a truly utopian world, this is something that you can do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I am the queen.
No one's going to touch me. Matter of
Right,
fact, everyone is going to be like, yes, my queen.
Right.
How can I help you? Right?
Right.
They go to the river and they have a burning ceremony with the actual robes that they've carried from the funeral at the beginning of the opening of the movie. And she's like, it's been a year.
Listen.
After we burn this, the grief can go and we can start anew.
Yeah, we can stop mourning. Yeah.
And Shuri objects. She's like, I'm not ready to do that.
And then
She shows her anger.
right.
And she's like, if I burn this, I'm going to want to burn the world.
Powerful words.
Very good line. And comes back later.
Bites in
And
the ass.
it never left. It never left. Like you could tell she carried some aggression with her. This whole
Man, that
movie.
went all the way to the end. Do you hear me?
Letitia Wright did a good job of really showing that emotion
That was a lot of range.
without actually saying it. There's a lot of emotion in this movie
There's a lot of
from a
range.
lot of people, and they don't have to tell the audience. We feel it.
Right.
You know, it's from the silence that you were speaking of.
Yep.
It's from the facial emotions, the close-ups, the cinematography, all that, right? Even from Namor, you see
Yeah.
emotion there.
He never let go of his mother passing, and I think she just passed of like natural causes. But that final anger of him not being able to give his mother her proper burial sparked something in him.
I think it was a combination of that and what he saw happening to his people.
Right.
It was a combination of the two. And then how, like, you got to understand how long he's been alive.
400 years.
Like 400 years is a long time.
'Cause what does it say? 1571?
1590 something, yeah.
1591, yeah.
450 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He been around a stretch of, and to see the progress, but the lack of progress in man, as in real life and society now.
Because he's always kept an eye on the surface world.
Right. Because that's his mother's land,
Right.
right?
He's from both.
So he's going to, keep an eye on it. But anyway, in that scene, mother burns her ceremonial robes. Shuri doesn't want to do that.
And then boom.
And then Namor just walks up on him.
Come in and holler at you.
And
Cool.
they shook because they like, how the hell you get in here?
But he cool as a motherfucker though. He like walks out the water. He's
He
like
flies up over. He kind of glides over the water
He tells them
with the wing
because
feet.
she asked, she said, "What's your name?" And he was like,
My name's
people
Kula
call
Khan."
me
No. This place is amazing.
Dig.
Totally disregard to the queen. He's like,
did.
Yo, this is.
He talked about the water.
He said the
and how
water and
clean,
the air.
and how clean the air was.
Yeah.
He felt strong in him over. That's what he
to still refer back to how the people on land and other parts of the world
Right.
don't take care of the water or the air.
Yeah. Take care of the environment.
Nice little plug for green. Not mad at it. Nice little plug for green.
The plight for being green is something that is always going to affect black and brown people, because when pollution happens, it affects us first. Always has, always will, until we do something about it. So I'm not surprised to see that theme in this movie.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
it's something that has always been there, and is
Right.
always going to be there and affect us. So they have a little conversation,
Little cover.
right? He tells them, "Hey, there's a scientist that has developed a device to detect vibranium." They're like, "Vibranium doesn't exist anywhere," and he's like, "Listen, I'm talking."
Right. Chill.
And he's like, "Yo, bring me the scientist, or else," right?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill the scientist so we can take care of this issue.
Trusting you with this.
I know y'all know.
Here's a giant seashell. Blow into it,
Blow into the seashell.
and I will be there in some hours.
I'm gonna show
Right?
up.
I'm gonna show
I'm gonna
up.
show up.
I'm gonna pull up on.
I'm gonna pull up on you.
Once you have her, blow on this.
Pause.
And they're like, "How did you get in here?"
Hard pause.
She's like, "How'd you get in here?"
Right? She
Queen was like, "How the hell you get in here?"
She was like, "You not finna come. I'm the queen. You not finna come strong."
You were gonna question me?
He said, "I have more soldiers than you have blades of grass."
Man,
Menacing.
what a bar.
He was so good.
What a bar.
Menacing.
Fam, go sit down. If that's your army, sit down.
Look,
And
Sit down.
he just glides back in the water.
you don't want
Yeah.
smoke. I'm a smoke house. All right.
He got all. He
I'll
got.
smoke this bitch out.
He got it all.
So that leads to
And that was a small flex, but we'll get to that part.
then
I thought that was a big flex. He came
No,
solo.
no,
Well, no, he didn't come
no,
solo because
no,
then he set the machine on the.
No,
his
his
people
people
did. Yeah.
But as big as that thing was, they didn't know it was behind them until they turned around. They didn't
He
hear
puts
it.
the vibranium machine right there behind him, which leads to the next scene.
Come back. Find out who made that for me. And I'm out. Split splash.
Sherry's breaking down the parts. She's like, so we got a couple scenes that kind of string together, kind of deconstructing that scene. It's Siri breaking down the part to figure out, like, yo, this is a legit vibranium detector. Whoever built this is a genius. And then there's also a scene where the council meets, right? And M'Baku's like, kill the fish man. What are we talking about? You know?
Kill the fish man.
He was like, well, easy. All right. He said, if we do this for him, what's
What
to
the-
stop him
even when
from
he's-
asking for more?
But he strolled up in there on a frozen carrot with his boy.
He was eating a wild carrot.
I was
It
oh my
purple.
bad. Yeah,
That
wild
joint was
yeah.
purple, yo.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, man.
Kill a fish.
Getting his
man.
vitamin A, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The Baku always steals scenes, man.
I'm glad Winston Duke still had that edge to him. I'm glad
Yeah.
they didn't make him
He always steals scenes, man. It's always good.
domesticated. He was in that mug barking. Like, I appreciate it.
He was still busting heads.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Then that kind of gets us to
That's mine.
them actually ultimately
He
deciding to
was so
go.
nonchalant about it.
Who decides to go?
Oh,
Okori
man.
decides to go.
Oh yeah.
And Okori's like, let's take the princess.
Get her
Let's take
out.
Sherry. It'll be good for her. And Queen's like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. She's like, it'll be good. And she's like, all right. They end up going, right? So they go to MIT. We get introduced to Riri Williams, a.k.a. Ironheart.
AKA Lil Scam.
Little scam.
Little
Just-
scam.
That's all she was doing. She was just a big scam on campus.
I mean, she came up, she was like, yo, you ain't pay me. Where my money at?
It was the interest. It's the principle.
Where my money at?
It's a principle.
Let me get that Venmo, that cash out, and it's a thou wow.
Grabbed his
Right.
phone.
It was 8, but you took your time. It could have been 8. Had you sent me 8,
If you did what you did, because I did what I did.
it's the principle.
She was like, what grade you get?
he,
cool.
he didn't even say. And he was like, right, Riri.
Because he don't want it.
Fucking
Fine.
fine.
He don't want it.
That was funny.
Big flex, right?
That was funny.
Swole
Um,
flex.
They checking out Riri, and they're like, yo, she's like young and brilliant. They're surprised.
Yeah.
That like she is this young.
No. Let's go back before Riri. We found her in a school that looks like one of our village schools.
You mean
MIT
MIT
is how they teach all of their kids. Wakanda forever.
they slid that in there? You right.
Wakanda forever.
Big flex.
Big flex.
Oh
Big
yeah, because
flex.
that's when they call the queen. They was
Yeah.
just like,
No,
on the beads.
I caught all of that.
She has an iPhone. That is such what you call inferior technology.
Team Andrew.
That was good.
They was
That's
Team
my-
Andrew.
That's my Wakanda accent.
That was
good, man.
Yeah,
Proud of
yeah,
you.
Yeah,
Been working on it, huh?
yeah,
It's good,
Slightly.
yeah.
They go. Shuri's like, yo, let me talk to her, Corey.
Because I'm
You
young.
I actually look like a student.
I got on tech.
You look
please.
like a cop.
You
Let's
look like
not-
somebody, ain't he?
No, you
teaches
you
PE.
actually look like Dora Milaje.
You just what you look like.
That's what you look. I'm
you
sorry.
look like your job.
She was like, it's the shades. Yeah,
No, yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
shades.
it's the wrong. It's the
Shades-
wrong shade.
Right.
Them shades were dope.
But
She had,
like,
she had them
it's
Louis
the-
V's.
Right.
She's like, it's the shades.
She was like, yeah, it's that. She was like, no, the makeup color's great. You're good. She was like, let me do this, right? She goes to the dorm. Riri's like, holy shit, you're Princess Shuri.
That tripped me out. She knew who she was.
She knew. Free read. She be in the computers.
I ain't thinking.
Free read.
She's like, you're Princess Shuri. She was like, yeah, hey, check this out.
Man, Riri probably be on TikTok.
That too.
Shuri probably be on
Shuri's
TikTok.
not on TikTok.
No, she's on TikTok making TikToks.
Shuri's not on TikTok, bro.
Shuri's on TikTok, bro.
I don't think she on TikTok, man.
Nah, bro. Shuri's making shit. She's not on TikTok,
I
bro.
don't think she on TikTok.
It's probably someone in Shuri's lab filming Shuri, and that's how Shuri's on TikTok. But Shuri's not on TikTok herself.
Same thing.
You know what I mean?
Same thing. That scene was a little awkward to me.
That scene was funny.
They forced the comedy, in my opinion.
That scene was funny.
They didn't.
They
It was
scored on
real.
each other. It was
They
great.
real. It was real.
They forced the comedy.
You ain't never seen young black
It wa-
people just get together and
it
eventually
wasn't
someone
forced.
scores on each other?
It wasn't forced.
That's
It
what
wasn't
happens.
forced.
That's what happens. You
Boy,
know
it
what
was
I mean?
real. It was real.
Okay.
You were still laughing
Still.
about the ash on the ash on the head
Bro,
comment.
she killed me with that shit, man.
Ashy.
And she looked at that Shuri like,
She
she
was
got
like,
me out here ashy.
she was like, no, you're not ashy. It's a great color.
It's a great color. You gotta rub some oil on that. Put some salve on that. Cocoa butter.
So after a little banner, you know, they leave, right? And Riri takes them to her warehouse, where she's building prototype for
Everything.
Ironheart.
She building everything.
Everything.
She's got some nasty ass car
Yeah, it was like a 72 Cuda. In there.
that was her father's or some shit.
yeah.
She's got some bike, and she's working on some nice blaster technology. You know,
But the feds is watching.
the feds are watching. The feds pull up, and we gotta have a little bit of a
It was an eye in the sky.
that too. Gotta have a little breakout. It reminded me of the scene in Black Panther 1, the club scene, where eventually they gotta have that car chase.
And they got to escape. And everybody just like,
Yeah,
Go.
you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Where like she was like remote controlling the Lexus, I think is what it
Yep.
was. Very cool chase scene. Even had Ironheart have her Iron Man 1 moment.
Yeah, her-
was a
her
very rudimentary
Mach 1 exposed.
Mach 1.
Even
Yeah.
the fans like she got an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Didn't
you
see
flown
old
it?
dude say that. He's
I heard you. I heard
No,
it.
but
no,
we
he
heard
heard
it.
it. He heard it.
But we
Yeah,
heard him.
yeah.
He was like, "Oh shit, she got an Iron Man suit." And
Yep.
I just picture whoever said that character instantly going the other way. On some like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Like,
I'm out.
She got an Iron Man suit.
I'm out. He flipping stuff. I'm out.
I'm finna make pension. You heard? Yeah, that's
He's like, it's my 27 year.
Getting too over this shit.
I'm getting too old. That's it.
Great scene.
I do like the tech where she puts the beads on the old school, and then the tech drives the old school,
And-
she's like, "Give me control of this car now." He's like, "Oh my bad, manual mode."
He's like, let me clear the way for you first, because she put the bead on that big ass battering ram truck too.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like a flying kind
an
of
insect.
butterfly thing that then turns into the
Nano
remote control
something.
thing. Yeah, all nanotechnology.
Nanotechnology is crazy.
Result of that scene is that we have a big choreographed battle between Okoye and the Atlantean general.
No, you know what? Hold on. Before we get to that, I don't think a lot of people caught this what happened. She was working math out as she was going up into the air.
Yes.
And everybody's like, are you trying to calculate where you're going to hit it at? No. She was calculating to blow that thing down at the right time so it would land and hit the barricade that they set up so they can drive
That's what
through.
that was?
That's what she was doing.
That was.
She said, hold on, I got something for you. And the eye in the sky came down and hit and made a way for them to drive right through. Untouched.
I didn't put that together.
I was like,
I did not put that together either. That was great. I was wondering what she was calculating.
That's what she was doing.
I was like, you don't need to calculate the vector. Like she pretty much got that.
Yeah.
She was calculating the vector of what she was shooting down.
Yeah, so when she shot it, when it goes down, where it was going to go.
You peep how, since she did have the little ear thing, that was kind of like her little baby Jarvis.
Yeah.
Baby Jarvis.
Little monitoring.
Baby Jarvis.
It was like 2% air. No air. And she was like,
that part.
Yeah. Hit the eye.
So then let's get to the fight. Pull up on me on the killer whale.
Yo. I didn't know the lead chick for the Dora Milaje was that nice.
Okoye?
What?
Yeah, man. Okoye is nice with it, bro.
You forgot in Endgame and Infinity Wars?
I didn't know she was that nice.
She's nice with it, man.
Hey, what did she tell? I'm thinking about Infinity War when she told Scarlet Witch, "You mean you had her in here the whole time?" She could have been out here fighting with her.
The whole time.
Right? Because she hit a
She over
couple
there
of
mixing it
them.
up, yeah.
She's over here.
The whole time.
Been done through some mess around.
I mean, look, cause she was getting. Didn't she fight?
She was out there fighting
Black Widow once.
No,
in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You talking about Civil War?
No, not Civil War. The first Black Panther.
No, they didn't
Who
come
did
across
she
Black
fight?
Widow.
She
didn't fight Black Widow. She fought. What was something Maxima? The chick with
Wanda Maximoff.
No. Thanos, the chick with Proxima something.
Yeah.
She
gave her some work.
She gave her the handiwork.
Her in Black Widow was out there fighting.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
And then that's when Wanda came down and flipped that machine on her. And she was like, "Yo, there's this bitch upstairs. She needs to be out here in the field."
In the field.
So this is the big Okoye scene. She's getting busy.
Yeah.
But more importantly,
yeah, she was real.
Oh boy, the lieutenant was getting busy too. Like,
did you see the respect for the gangster? He was like, you know what? I ain't even here. Take your shit.
Yeah, man.
Let's do this right
way.
way.
Threw a spear back to her on some like, let's do this.
Yeah,
respect. Because I'm still gonna handle you.
Yeah, like you're not gonna win, but respect.
Yeah. Great scenes. I mean, probably my favorite scenes out of that will be burned in my head, and I think it's in the preview as well. Is when like he like hits her. But he hits her so hard, like she has to and she blocks it, but it pushes her back, and she has to stab the spear down into the ground.
And it still goes.
And it's still going, and she's pulling up asphalt from the ground just to balance herself.
And that's one blade of grass.
That was one blade of grass.
It's one blade of grass.
But that blade of grass was also
a weed
there
Big
with
ass weed,
his mother, and there was not just one. There was a few of them that drank of that fruit. Now we know in Wakanda historically, when you drink of that fruit, you stronger, and you Black Panther strong. He has people that had them, so he has a lot of Black Panthers strength.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one of y'all. That's why y'all was getting handled.
Yeah, man.
That was a great scene.
It was an amazing scene.
As they pulled up on the orcas.
That did.
They didn't even sing that time. They was just like,
we're not singing.
We coming in covert.
Handiwork.
There go the scientists.
We gonna kill her. We got.
We kill these scientists and leave the princess.
And that was supposed to be it. But Sherry's like, yo, kind of fuck with Ironheart. Let's not do that. Tell you what, how about I come and bring me the Namor? And she's like, all right. So kind of like a...
She hit him on the flip phone real quick. Yeah, man, bitch talking about she want to pull up too. All right, yeah. And then they were like, gone.
On the flip water. Googly. Googly.
So we got a Koye in the river.
I do like the above water talk. It was just all like,
Yeah, it was that.
we're on the water.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And old dude takes his mask off, puts it on her, and he's like, breathe. Because you got to take her down. And it changed from
Water.
He hit the button
air.
on top, and it's like, you hit the slide.
Very respectful people. Very, like, it was almost like a respect from the beginning. Like, hey, we know y'all not them, and we not them, but we gotta handle this.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It was a cool scene, man. But we see Okoye just in the river. She's lost the princess.
Oh my gosh.
And
See, old girl cried when she got back. She was like, my queen, I did all I could.
that's later.
They pulled up
That's
on
later.
some whales.
That's later.
Pulled up on some sharks.
That's
No,
later.
that was next.
That was Nick.
That was the next scene.
It was
No,
like,
man.
It was like a
what
bear that
the-
was an owl. It was you had to be there.
So we missed the scene, man, because there was a scene where Shiri says we need to go see our favorite colonizer.
Right.
And
No, that was before all of
I know.
that
I
was,
said we
yeah.
missed the scene.
Yeah.
So we get what's the actor's name?
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Bilbo Baggins.
And
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
And
We,
he's
British,
British, and he does a great American accent.
Martin Freeman's always in a great American accent.
Yeah, I know he's British.
Yeah, man. Martin Freeman's back, reprising his role, and
Colonizer 1. I mean,
he
is he detective?
he
Lieutenant? Ross?
who you talking about?
What's his name?
The character's name? I don't know.
Who?
Martin Freeman.
What's
It
his
is. It is Ross.
Like,
Yeah,
is it
Ross.
like Lieutenant?
Let's find out.
He
Reference?
he tells Shiri and Okure, like, yo, here's what we know. He said we thought that y'all was the ones on the underwater thing. He's like, what underwater thing? What raft? What you saying? He said, oh, that wasn't y'all, because we think that was y'all. And then so he tells them what's going on, and they're like not telling him anything.
Right.
And they're like, he's like, yo, somebody at MIT did it. Riri Williams, this is who it is. And then that's when they go to
Everett
MIT after
Ross.
Everett Ross.
that. Everett Ross, yeah. What was what's her name? Dreyfus name?
Oh,
Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Julia Louise-
What's her character's
her
name?
character,
Fontaine?
Fontaine, she
So
was,
Fontaine's in this one joint. He alludes to her. He says, like, I got a new boss now. Right?
She's a good bad guy. Yeah.
So fast forward, we Koye loses, and then the next scene after that was back at Wakanda where she's telling him what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Queen's not having it. Queen's like, you're demoted, stripped of your rank. She gave a great scene here.
She was mad.
She was a great scene when she's like,
Those are strong performances from everybody in this.
I don't agree with the Queen's choice, but I can understand why the Queen made the choice.
She's like,
which makes it a great scene.
You don't have to.
She didn't have to, but she was like,
because you're doing it out of anger.
Yeah.
You're doing it out of anger.
She was like, I've given all my whole family.
Right.
She was like, so don't tell me about sacrifice, all that stuff. Great scene. And Okoye, you can tell like she knows she fucked up, but she's like, yo, let me make this right.
But the perception is, you let them take her, and that's not what happened.
That is what happened, though.
No, she offered to go with them.
Right.
No. That's not what that means from the Queen's eyes, though. And I get that.
I know.
Yeah. But from a Queen's standpoint, it's like, I didn't want her to go, and you told me that you were going to take care of her.
That was the biggest thing. That was the big. I told
Facts.
you I didn't want this.
It is facts.
And you
And
did.
then she brung up the stuff in Black Panther 1. She was like, you had me in exile in Black Panther 1.
On the run for
You
Eric.
made Killmonger king. She brung up old shit too. I was like, yo.
She had to respect the seat because they serve the throne. They don't serve the people. They serve the throne.
Oh no, I get that. That was her point, though. It was such a good. It was one of those things where the character is justifying the actions by how they're saying it. You instantly get their point of view. You might not agree with it.
She's in that particular instance.
I didn't agree with it.
She was a good attorney.
But I understand it.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it either.
She was a good attorney in that moment.
Right.
She argued the facts.
She argued the facts. She stayed in the pocket.
She stayed in the pocket. That's it.
It's a great pocket. All right. So
the jury wouldn't have voted that way.
Because even M'Baku was like, let's not be hasty. She's like,
first of all, shout out to Sir Duke because the way he acted in the first Black Panther, you hear the maturity in him. You hear that whatever time he had left with T'Challa poured into him. Say, bro, I already handled you once. Let's not act like this. Let's talk. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was teaching him. And it shows.
yeah, nah.
maturity in the character.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah. He was still a little childish, but it was some maturity there.
Right.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, he had a nice little joke every now and then. But overall, yeah.
He was like, these people came through the waters.
This nigga. Fishman.
That's exactly how he was.
That's how he was. After that,
Let's not get in too much of a play-by-play, because it was a lot of downtime after that.
then we actually get to see Atlantis / T'Challa. I can't say it.
Whatever it was.
I had it early.
Decline, whatever it
is. All right.
Tanook. Wasn't it Tanook?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm looking it up again.
Reference.
So we see Riri and Siri. They're captured. Riri's freaking the fuck out. She's like, what the fuck? As she should. She's a 19-year-old. Only been in America probably. She's like, where the fuck are we? She's like, we're in an underwater cave. She's like, she almost had that bitch I can't swim look on her face. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Talokan.
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 We weren't even close on that.
Because they don't pronounce it like that.
Telekin? I don't know.
They say Talakin or something.
All right.
Yeah.
There's no C in it, but whatever.
The K.
Okay. Look, I'm going off the English language, which is stupid anyway.
Which is hard.
Okay. Talakin. So be it.
So they see Talakin, the capital city of Atlantis.
Talakin.
Right. And it's highly inspired by what we know that the capital of the Aztecs used to look like.
Ancient Mayan culture.
Ancient Mayan culture as well.
Mesoamerican
culture. Like we even see them playing that basketball thing. Even in underwater. I was like, okay. They really hitting on the culture, because this makes sense, because these are the same people.
They were playing Quidditch underwater.
Stop it. All right. Don't whiteify it.
Come on, man.
Don't whiteify it.
You're right.
It didn't look like basketball to me.
I mean, because it's on the side?
It was on the side.
That's how they did it.
And they were kind of like passing that bitch to the hoop.
That's how they did it.
I didn't see nobody say Kobe. Like, it was.
Right.
Hey,
no,
yeah. I'm just saying who did it first. I'm just saying who did it first. That's it.
Gryffindor.
One was real, one was fake. You know what I mean?
All right, okay.
They really did that shit in the 1500s.
We let you have it.
All right. But what did y'all think of this capital? I want to know.
Excellent CGI.
Great job.
Yeah, they did real good on CGI on that.
Because we seen underwater. We seen Atlantis in DC. So we seen underwater cities.
Atlantis in a lot of shit. Man.
I'm still curious, because just help me understand the talking, and we can hear each other and communicate with each other underwater.
That's just a movie thing, bro. It's not even a movie thing. It's a fucking comic book thing, and always has been.
Because if they're breathing water,
bro,
and our larynx needs air to vibrate, to create sound.
I don't trip on it, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
I know it's a nitpick, but I don't.
It's a nitpick. It's my nitpick.
But
I don't normally nitpick, but that's my nitpick.
Right, because
the only other way to do it is to say they can communicate telepathically,
and that's not happening.
Because even if that's a question, it's like, how did he pull up on the Queen speaking perfect English with very little accent?
We can infer that he would spy on the outside world over the years. I mean, he's 400 years,
he's
bro.
400
You
years
learn
old.
so you can learn some shit when you're 400.
400 plus.
To speak with no accent?
Sure.
Nitpick.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But the biggest part of that scene was him trying to make a truce like, hey, give me the scientists. We're going to be allies. It's going to be all good. Me,
Not just
y'all.
that, though. It wasn't just that. It was, give me the scientists. We're going to be allies, and we're going to burn the world together.
That's after she kind of was like, she was like, hold on. Let me do this, and I'll do that. And he was like, but they going to come and get me anyway. So, new plan. I'll burn the world, except for y'all. How does that sound?
I thought he said...
There was no compromise with him regardless of what he was talking about.
For real.
I thought he said, let's be allies and let's burn the world together.
I don't think it was together. It was just like,
Okay.
if we allies, then I ain't going to burn y'all shit.
He straight up said, he said you can either with me or against me.
Yeah.
There's no in between. You're my friend or my enemy.
But you can't deal in absolutes. You can't deal in absolutes.
When you old, you deal with absolutes. I mean, he was somebody's grandpa, even though he didn't age. He's just like, look, either we eating barbecue or we not. All right, bet we barbecue.
He was like, you young. I get that.
I'm going to burn this.
But check this out. That's not how the world works.
Right.
That's the way he
Yeah.
loved the world.
That's like the only piece of bad writing in the whole movie to me. Because he literally went from like, all right, I'm not really liking this new traffic to, you know what, fuck it. All the smoke.
Bro, I don't think it's bad.
I don't think that's bad, right?
I don't think it's bad.
I think he clearly expressed what he was going to do.
I think it's from the perspective of he has a lot more people to protect and look after, number one. Number two, he hasn't dealt with the outside world in that capacity where he sat down and reasoned with them. The queen has. She's talked to, she still may not like him, but she sat down with man and has talked to man, and she understands their weaknesses and the fact that you're after something, you trying to get this, but you're going to turn it into a weapon you're not going to use to help nobody. She understands how they think. He don't care about them at all. He's seen them pillage, burn, kill, enslave, destroy.
You know what just hit me while you were talking?
I can't breathe the air anywhere else but Wakanda. The water's horrible everywhere else but Wakanda.
How many of them got snapped?
We don't know.
Half.
But we technically,
come on, bro. Half. Don't overcomplicate it. Half.
We technically don't know.
This nigga right here. Talking about half.
Half.
You seen how many people was in that water?
Half.
He was
right.
like, yeah.
Half, baby.
Ain't enough whales for half, bro.
Because he snapped half the.
If they didn't show up,
right?
Everybody that was on that ship at the end was finna be out of there. Ooh. And it was still more them coming out of the water.
It was still more them coming.
We jumping ahead, baby.
Yeah, she really set them up for failure on this shit.
Like why would you show up on a ship?
To they water.
On a ship. Because you're thinking out of anger.
I would have pump faked it.
She didn't think about that.
Okay.
She didn't think about
maybe have a second ship. Maybe. Maybe a fleet.
How about this? How about you?
Are you a general?
I'm just saying.
That's a good idea. 2 ships.
Like, how about not just one?
They're going to have 2 sets of bombs. So let's go back.
No.
Let's go back.
They had a Dodge dealership worth of bombs. I was like, damn, there's a lot of charges.
My eyes got that big, bro.
I was like,
yo.
Because I didn't know what it was until it zoomed in. It was like, ding, 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 ding. I was like, ain't no way, man.
All right, we getting too far ahead.
Ain't no way, man.
Ain't no way, man.
We getting too far ahead.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way.
Okay, yeah, so
we skimming ahead. We skimming some key plot points.
Key point. The queen calls in
Nakia.
We down. She called him to come out.
The queen calls in Nakia like, look,
she went to see her.
She went and pulled up on her. I done fired Okoye. I need you. You're the only person to sneak into anything, anywhere.
You the best spy we got.
You the GOAT.
And she's like, Queen Mother, I'm fine now. I can't just be sneaking around. I'm going to stick out. This bitch is looking good.
Man, Lupita was looking so good in this movie.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my God. I did not think Lupita could look even better, and she did. I'm like, my God.
So good. That's not a slide. That's a snack. But
Calm your territories down. Let's go.
she jumped straight into the action for Queen Mother.
I'm in there.
She goes to
The village.
She goes to the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, Mexico.
And talk to grandmama.
Knew exactly which grandmama.
And plural Spanish.
Oh, he was great Spanish.
And then she hit him in English. I done seen him, and then it was like
No.
That wasn't English.
Oh yeah.
She hit him in the.
She hit him in the actual
in that
Aztecian
native tongue. Yeah.
No, she hit him with the Aztecian joint.
Yeah.
Not even Spanish. She switched to the.
Yeah, it was like I seen him.
Yeah.
And then she was like, all right, let's talk about it. Got the location. The young Jarvis beacon went off.
Jarvis beacon.
She's like, yo, we got series rings.
Pull up on her.
Queen Mother, bring the ships.
She's like, I think I found her. What do you want me to do? Queen Mother's like, by any means, get my daughter out of there. Ooh. She's like, no said. Right. Then she gets into the amphibious, greatest fucking
Wakanda
Sea-Doo Wakanda joint.
Because it was a bike on the surface.
Bro, it was a damn jet ski on the surface, and then it kind of went amphibious and went deep.
She hit the nanotech. Yeah, man, the CGI was very good in this movie.
Yeah,
none of that looked choppy.
They did their good work. It was smooth.
That looked real good.
A lot of frames per second.
Yeah. So she's following the Jarvis AI down to the sea because at that point, Shuri is really pushing for a compromise, a middle ground of 50-50 with Namor.
Yeah.
And
no love.
And he getting hotter and hotter. He's like, look, I see a common interest in us, but you tripping, all right?
Right.
You gonna be here forever. I ain't gonna let you go. Like you low-key done lost. You're not gonna leave here. I'll still kill the American scientists because can't nobody say Riri.
Right.
Clearly, everybody's an American scientist. That's when Queen Mother pulls up and is like, she hits the beach. Namor, you've been summoned.
Namor goes. He goes sees Queen.
He leaves Shuri
on the beach,
unprotected. Goes sees Queen.
Has a little. In my opinion, had a little bit of a Bane speech to her.
Oh, he pretty much
like on some like, do you think you're in charge right now?
he pretty much was like, I will kill all of y'all. And as I whisper to you in broad daylight with nobody around, because ain't nobody gonna hear this but us. But I'm just getting closer to you because I am menacing.
And was smiling.
And he was good. Yeah, and then pulled back with a smile like, see, my wings are twinkling on my ankles. I'm not a bad guy. But that was just enough of a distraction. She comes down, gets Siri out of there.
So wait a minute, I got a question.
What's up?
Was that planned or that just happened?
No, that was the plan.
No, it was a plan.
That was the plan.
She was like, I'm gonna call him to pull him away.
Okay.
You go down there and get.
Okay.
Because they made that plan when she told her she found.
Yeah.
Okay. They did that. All right. So nitpick number 2, and I think I'm good nitpicking. The damage that these Talakans can take.
Yes.
All right. You was getting shot on the ship, but I didn't see no bodies left. Because if you recall, we go back to the platform at the top. We think it was the Wakandans. Mind you, you said she dumped him, she hitting them, they falling. They didn't stay down.
Right. Just like how they didn't stay down with Okoye.
Okoye drove spears through them. They didn't stay down. Something happened. We're going to get to that part, but something happened to Shuri. She didn't stay down.
Oh,
but for her to be able to do that, she had already taken
the herb.
So
the new herb. The new herb that was based on his herb.
Yes. So some of them, I guess, were strong enough, but what Wakandan ancestral gun did old girl hit her with for her to die? Is my question.
Well, she tried to explain
explain the damage.
Here's what I think.
Explain the damage to
Here's what I think.
That may not be a nitpick. That might be an inconsistency.
I don't think so. The warriors on the platform and later on that we see, those we see in the flashback were like originally human. They take the herb, they wake up, they're like, we gotta get in this water.
Blue.
Right?
Can't breathe.
Right. From there,
Harlem Nights.
they have kids. Whole society kind of thing, right?
Oh, okay.
That was not a naturally converted person. That was a naturally born Atlantean. Maybe diluted in strength. Maybe doesn't even have it. Because she was there on just guard duty.
She was still blue.
No. I mean,
out of water.
No, I mean, doesn't have the strength.
Gotcha.
Right? My point is that she wasn't originally a person that consumed that heart-shaped herb thing from the Yucatan joint.
The vibranium seaweed.
Fruit.
Yeah. So
the heart-shaped fruit.
So that would be why she died.
I'll leave it.
So,
I'll take
so
that.
good Nick pick.
Okay.
Because help us explain some shit. You know?
He pulled up on him.
So he
on Wakanda, he pulled up on him. Let's get to it.
So we get Suri.
We
get Riri.
The kid gets in.
We go back.
Fucking GoldenEye's the whole area.
Everybody's out.
She extracts everybody. They leave.
We dip.
And then they're like, and Namor's like, all right, I guess they want blood. And he comes through
but they knew. They were like, she's like, look, mother, the smoke is coming to the water.
The smoke.
Please protect the water.
She was like, I got defense, girl.
No, she was like,
you not ready.
No.
She didn't even have time to really explain.
Nah, she couldn't explain. And I don't think everybody knew. Everybody was like, he's not finna pull up and make a mess.
Fishman.
Yo.
Pulled up.
They easily pulled up.
Knocked down walls and everything.
Oh. With these fucking water grenades.
M'Baku
just makes
really,
water.
he really thought he had a shot.
Oh, he saw him. Big chaos going on. Everybody's getting washed and like, flooded. M'Baku's going in saving people.
Fishman.
And then he sees Namor come out. He's talking to everyone. He's like, all right, next plan, I'm finna go up to the Capitol building.
About there though was how he felt so strong while in Wakanda. Any attack they did on him, he didn't phase him. He stood still. He didn't even run from the attacks.
Explains what you were talking about earlier. The water being cleaner, the air being cleaner.
How they was on the beach and Shuri seen him and it came that like she's low flying, shooting at him, and he's just like, I love this place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Menacing.
Just made him that much better.
Yeah.
Well, he
comes through.
Knocking their shit.
They destroy everything. Not everything, but they get a nice attack on the Wakandans, and then he does his menacing like attack through the glass.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get through the glass.
Cracks the glass.
Puts a little crack through the glass.
After he sat M'Baku down.
Yeah.
He one-timed him.
Sternum punch.
God.
He broke his staff.
Broke his whole chest.
Broke his staff and broke the whole chest plate he wore.
Broke the staff. Was like, oh, that was for me. Bit swings on him. Oh man.
He knocked that dude until tomorrow, bro.
Bruh. He couldn't breathe for 5 whole seconds.
So he passed out. He said, and was gone, unconscious.
Yeah, that's when he goes to the throne room that oversees Wakanda.
It was like, let's talk about it.
sees the queen and Riri.
And he was like, I told you.
He's like, yo, give me the scientist.
I told you.
And she's like, yo, get behind me. She straight faced me like, you're not getting in here.
And he was like, you still think I'm fucking playing with you? All right. Comes back with the water bottle.
He with the action. Split splash.
And then the split splash is too much split splash and ends up killing the queen. Which I was
drowns the queen.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
I was like, oh, we taking our mother.
I was I think I felt a tear on that one too. I think I did. I heard old girl next to you tearing up.
I was more mad about that. I wasn't. It wasn't no tear action. I was more upset.
I heard it. I was like,
I was more upset about it.
She's having a moment over there.
I was like, we just gonna kill the cast off?
I didn't get the tears, but I felt that one because it was like,
yeah, man.
I was just like, what is some oregano in here? Jesus Christ!
Who cut onions? Who cut them?
Not onions, but it was like some garlic,
Some
It was chopping.
some Larry's or something. I was like, man,
It was spicy.
it was spicy right at that
man.
moment. Because she had checked her pulse and she was like, bitch,
everything was red. She was like, she's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. Talking about get
I mean,
out
when
of
we
here.
see her, she's face down in the water.
But she knew it too. She was like, get her back. Get her back. Because she's kind of already
Yeah.
knew.
You saw who was on.
Yeah.
Sir Duke
So
with the grip.
we lose the queen. Riri survives.
Right.
Luckily,
And everybody's in panic mode, scramble.
everybody's like, "What are we gonna do?"
And he sat there and said, I'm going to be back in a week. You the queen now.
He's like, "Bury your dead."
Now
You the
that
queen
now
now.
that was Bane. You the queen now.
And yo,
Just-
rockets over
That-
to the ocean because he's that empowered.
I mean, like he fell back first, and then when he turned, he rockets to the ocean because he was that strong.
He's like, yeah. Flipper.
oh man,
Because they couldn't catch him in the ship, and he was, oh man.
oh
That
man.
part.
So do we have another funeral? Another one.
By this point, I gotta pee. I'm just like, man, how much time left in the movie? No. The run time. I didn't even feel the 249.
I didn't realize. I didn't even
Was
realize.
that long?
It's like 249, 246. I didn't even feel it. I just had to pee. So like in my cerebral time, I was just like, that's 2 hours. So we are in Act 3 now.
Act 3.
Yeah.
So Q Act 3, we got to figure out what we're gonna do, right?
Right.
And there is the scene where Shiri and M'Baku have a moment at the funeral.
Yeah.
And M'Baku's like, what you thinking? What you feeling? The way he phrases like, how's your mind leaning? Is that how he says it? How's your mind leaning?
Run that song.
This is what the people doing. How's your heart leaning? And she's like, I have no heart. Everyone's dead.
Gangster.
They buried my heart with my mother.
And this is showing the turn that the point. It almost shows like a point of no return with Shiri, right? Because she loses. She's angry that she lost her brother,
Right.
and she has
She has
all
nothing
this
left.
knowledge, all this technology, and she was like, and I couldn't save him,
I got these gifts.
right?
Couldn't save him.
Why do I have these gifts and I can't use it to save the people that I love, right?
But
And
she learned the majority of stuff she learned from T'Challa.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she pretty much gets the idea that we need to fight Namor, right? And Riri comes in, gives the idea like, how the hell is he breathing, right? He doesn't really have gills. And he's like, well, you don't need gills. Maybe it works like a jellyfish, absorb oxygen through the skin.
Through the skin.
And she's like, we need to dehydrate this nigga.
Keep him out the water.
Once we get him out the water, we need to dehydrate this nigga, right? So she's like, Riri, can you build this like dehydrator thing? She's like, absolutely. And she's like, cool. I'm finna go try this idea with building this heart-shaped herb. Because remember, he gives her his mother's necklace. Namor gives her his
They didn't
mother's
have
necklace.
any plant
Not necklace, a bracelet, sorry.
To base the makeup of the plant from because of that dye.
Right.
But because what he had was still, to a degree, somewhat intact.
Perfectly intact.
In her brother's DNA.
Yep.
That's
Put the two together and then
Right.
she figured it out.
And then she 3D printed a heart-shaped herb.
I still personally have to look up the technology of 3D printing on what you actually can make with this thing.
anything.
Even organic material?
Yeah.
How, Sway?
I think they 3D printing salmon at this point.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's another pod. Anyway, to not play by play the rest of it.
Beyond meat. Go ahead.
We can just get to the big plot points. So she 3D prints it. It works.
Not even the big plot points, the big reveals.
She takes the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah.
She has this little ceremony, little mini ceremony.
The mini ancestral.
and,
ceremony.
Yeah.
and who does she see?
She goes to the ancestral plane, but it's not the ancestral plane. It's like a throne room.
It's the throne room. It's the Wakanda throne room.
It's the ancestral plane in the Wakanda throne.
She goes to the throne room, and she's like, Mother? No.
Nah.
Junebug.
He's like, "What's up, cousin?"
Because
Because
we got
Killmonger
on the throne.
in white, like
Right.
Because he's really dead.
talking about you ain't know who you was gonna see, huh? You were looking for your people.
You knew it was me.
This is what you wanted.
This is what you wanted.
Huh?
Why? Because she's angry.
Because in the back of her head, she's like, I need to be a
She's
warrior.
doing it for vengeance. She on her Batman right now.
Right.
She on her Batman, real
I
talk.
want to see the world burn. She really had that. She never let it go. Because she already know her brother's going to be like, Siri, you cannot. And everybody would start crying again.
Yeah.
She knew her mother was going to say,
Some super motherly stuff.
protect the people.
Yeah.
She was like, no.
I ain't trying to do nothing.
Fuck that.
Everybody gonna burn.
I
Piss you.
And this kind of, and then she gets up, and you can tell she's like.
And they had a long talk. It wasn't quick. It was a long talk.
She gets up. She wakes up, and Riri and Nakia,
She was almost angry. She seen him too.
Oh, she was, because she thinks it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Because she didn't think that it worked. She was like, I did all this shit and it didn't work. And she punches the statue and it gets launched to the other side. And they're like, whoa. And she's like, all right, I guess it did work, right? But she makes the suit, looks good in the suit, Killmonger colors.
And when I
Killmonger colors,
because when I saw the Killmonger colors, I was like, she's gonna see him in the ancestral plane. Because initially my thing was like, they're gonna have to bring him back. Scrap that. I seen the suit. I seen how little it was. All right, that's Siri in the suit, but it's his suit. It's his style. It's more of a leopard than a panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, she saw him.
I'm
a savant. I get it. Yes, I just,
You got it, sir.
I see these things. They just come to me.
After that, we. Weird, man. Oh man. After that, she's like, "We got the plan. Let's launch it." Right. Yeah. She goes to the council and hiding. They're in M'Baku's place. It's a little cold. She jumps through, makes a big scene, makes a big entrance. Little test of strength. And M'Baku's like, "You did it. Cool."
Then Charles' mother was like, "I'm gonna kill him and you gonna come with me."
He was like, "All
right,
yeah,
yeah," because that's what.
No. He said,
yeah, he did with the grunt.
It wasn't even no words. He didn't say no words.
Yeah, it's a little grunt. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be there.
And then they devised this plan that we were criticizing earlier, that they're gonna draw Namor out by
on the Atlantic,
on the ship
over water.
One ship,
because that's the.
But you're gonna keep them out of water in the middle of the Atlantic.
And then they're gonna bring the flyers in. Namor's gonna try to.
We leave in the morning. I was just like.
Namor's gonna do his flying thing, and then we're gonna use a combination of Riri and the ship to get him in the ship, dehydrate him there.
Nigga gotta go die early in the morning at sea.
Let's see.
We had some notes for the plan of attack. We felt like there could have been some improvements, but overall,
I mean, yeah, you fixed it in like 2 sentences. More than one ship, and
don't go to the water.
Don't go to the water.
Like blow the horn.
Be at the dock at least.
We here.
Be at the beach.
Where the sail at?
Be at the beach near the desert, where they had to fight. Be there. You know what I'm saying?
Put a toe in the water.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we in your area. I'm on your block.
Nah, they was at his house.
They lure him out.
They lure him with the vibranium detector.
I don't even think it was a lure him out. They just went to where he was.
No, man.
No.
He was Riri activated the vibranium detector, and then it was
but they could have put that at the beach.
Right.
In the water, but at the beach. In the water.
Near the water.
In the water.
Yeah, in the water.
At the beach.
And they're at the
By
beach.
By the beach.
What you're saying is shallow water. Would have been a little suspicious though.
It would have hurt.
I don't know.
Just submerge it.
I would have been like maybe like.
But you don't know where it came from.
I would say maybe like 20 miles. You know.
It was enough. It was enough.
Maybe like 10. You know.
How about 10 feet?
Because it's obvious.
But
at
you know
point.
what? It would have been.
He's gonna be like, why the fuck is his ear?
Dumb. As smart as it would have been for the scope of what happened in the fight between Shuri and and King Namor, it had to take place away from everybody else.
Yep.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Had to take place because if they were there, they would have protected him, got him in the water, and he would have handled.
Yep.
Right. It had to be 1-on-1.
Yep.
We gonna respect each other's gangster. You strong, but Black Panther juice. You finna get the elbows and everything else.
Because now we on Mark II, a Riri suit, so she helped lure him up high enough away from everybody.
Yeah.
That was part 2 of the plan. Part 3,
he was trying to go back, and then they trapped him.
And they trapped
the
him.
shit came and
and turned the ship into a microwave.
because she did the math.
Straight dehydrated him.
She did the math.
Put the dehydrator in the ship.
Air fryer.
Yeah, man.
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
That's what it was. No
Riri
more
built an
select.
air fryer,
She built the air fryer
and he was like cooking. He was like,
because she was thinking
he was
chicken.
like, yo, it's hard to
Wings.
breathe in here.
Wings.
You know?
Wings.
And he instantly was
He was like, yo,
He was like, hold
I
on.
need water.
I thought black people like AC.
She
AC
offered him, so she's like, you want a glass of water?
As she proceeded to whoop
so
his ass.
disrespectful.
and then
So disrespectful.
then the air fryer got the convection in it.
Convection oven.
He was
Convection
sick.
oven, right?
Man,
It
but
worked.
she went in there to go fuck him up, and he was like, I
He
still
was
got
like,
some
No,
strength.
no.
Yeah,
She didn't
no.
go in there to fuck him up. He started messing up the ship, and she was like, "Hey, ship, are we gonna make it?" He was like, "Nah." He
She was
blow
like,
this
nah.
up.
She was like, I don't know if it happened. I'm out. So I hope you make it.
The ship was
Put
like,
your face
it's
on.
pure vibranium. It's gonna blow.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
talk
like,
about put your face on.
His staff is made of raw vibranium. Pause.
This nigga.
Man,
As I think-
that was a good fight.
It was a good fight. So,
Good fight.
Great
what
fight.
were y'all thoughts of the fight choreography and what the fight meant?
Man, I think the fight choreography was kind of off.
How?
For one, she's not a trained warrior.
I was thinking that. I didn't want to nitpick that. And
Is that a nitpick? Yeah.
here's the deal. It's
that
a nitpick
realistic, though?
because
She's awkward as a fighter, so the fight would be awkward.
yeah, but so she's trained to some degree, but she wasn't trained like her brother was trained.
And then you're talking about somebody who's been fighting for hundreds of years.
400 plus.
Yeah. So
But has he really been fighting, or is he just
he's
strong?
been fighting.
I think he's a warrior.
He's been getting down.
Who's he been fighting?
Dude,
Who's underwater with them saying we coming to your block?
Is that Nick Pick the Nick Pick?
I'm just gonna say he's
No.
responsible.
That's an honest question.
Then I have an honest answer.
Who has he been fighting?
I have an honest answer.
Because you haven't heard about them.
Do you know where
Nobody
they-
in the world knows about them.
Do you know where the Bermuda Triangle is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's say he's been fighting all them niggas, and that's why they're done.
that's real.
This is hypothetical because they don't
Yeah.
say it in the movie, so
Yeah.
we don't
can
know
infer
that.
it though. If we nitpick, and I'll
understood,
nitpick,
understood.
it's believable that a dude
I
that's
will
400
accept
years old
We run out of time.
will learn some stuff.
Okay, so
Let's
Synopsis?
go. Let's go ahead and give the ending, and then we'll do the synopsis. So
right.
the ending, 2 endings actually, because the ending first was
he yields.
he yields.
Yeah, at the end of their solo fight,
They make an
about that.
alliance.
We not fighting no more. Everybody chill out.
The Wakandans and the Talaktans ain't gonna kill each other. Great.
Talakans.
All right. Did I nail it? Awesome.
Thumbs up here, buddy.
They're not gonna kill each other. We're good.
Right.
After that, we have M'Baku saying like, "Yo, I'm here to take the throne." They're warriors fall. They're having a ceremony. Black Panther don't show up. M'Baku shows up. He's like, "Yo, Black Panther sends her regards. I'm here to challenge for king. Who wants some?" And then they don't even show it. They leave. Shuri is in Haiti, taking the key up on her offer.
To come visit.
Come visit. She finally burns her ceremonial robe from her brother's from her brother's
Tear.
funeral.
Big tear.
This was 2 tears for me. I got 2 tears on this one.
It was tough. The eyeball was coming out.
Did y'all?
I was like, ugh.
This is another example of silence,
Man.
making you feel it.
Cause she went out there by herself and just let the memories
And they showed
overwhelm her. And
they showed the
it.
memories
They
from Black
showed all the
Panther 1.
memories. Yeah.
After that, end credit scenes. Well, did y'all peep how the end credits was the actual robe that she was burning?
Yeah, I did believe that.
That was a great touch. Because first it was
No.
all white, and then it started burning. By the time it was done, we get the bonus scene.
Who walks out?
Nakia comes out with her son.
Son.
The son's been grown for a while.
Son been here for a minute.
And apparently, T'Challa has a son.
You got to factor in the snap plus
She didn't get snapped.
she didn't get snapped plus time.
Plus before
Space.
Black Panther 1, we know that they were a thing. So
she was pregnant.
she either had it like right after Black Panther or she did it before Black Panther, the events of Black Panther.
Right.
Either way,
Because she wasn't.
it explains why she wasn't
Infinity
at
War.
the funeral.
He wouldn't have acted the way he acted had she already had it. I think it happened after Black Panther 1.
Okay. But it adds context to why she wasn't at the funeral.
Right.
She explains that, me and T'Challa already talked about this,
Yeah.
and your mother knew too. And then,
Man, that was a big ending.
and then the child speaks Wakandan, says his name. I'm son of T'Challa.
All right.
All right. So overall, what we giving the score? I mean, what we scoring this Black Panther 2
10.
Wakanda Forever?
My man said 10. I give it a 9.
I'm gonna go 9.5. Go right in the middle. Great movie. Amazing
Great movie.
Thank you so much for this masterpiece.